Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast, the side of East Yorkshire, and today we have a 1v1 on Meeting of Minds. Over in the Necron corner we've got Bloody Monster, and over in the Chaos corner we've got right-click Defiler gameplay. Right-click opening up with triple cultists, as well as a Heretic, a Chaos Temple, and a Plasma Gent, whereas the Necron play is going to go for quadruple Builder Scarabs, as well as a whole smorgasbord of Plasma Generators. More to come, I am absolutely certain. Necron, Builder Scarab going to be capturing this strategic point over here. Cultists mirror matching, doing the exact same over here. Right-click Defiler gameplay. Potential spoilers for the game, I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't seen if the game involves any right-click Defiler gameplay later on, but it is a winning strategy, as we saw in the Unification game last. Spoilers by the by. Chaos Temple going to go for a Chaos Lord. So we will be expecting him to go into the base, seeing if he can bash some bits and bobs about. Necrons don't need to worry all that much about having to build up a large army at the beginning of the game. Chaos can build their raptors and whatnot to harass earlier on in the game, but not very good at bashing their way through Plasma Generators, I do have to say. So Necrons do have a little bit of leeway in response time. Cultists just capturing their bits and bobs, pushing out, seeing what they can see. Do have an obelisk being built up over yonder. Necron warriors slowly but surely out of the way. While things are calm, I will explain that in the last pro game... Chaos Lord out. It does look like he's coming round to say hello to these cultists. In the last pro game that we did on Wednesday, I asked the question to you guys if you prefer the sweeping cinematic games that take a lot more longer for me to make, or just these general kind of the games which I did kind of on the Unification game last Friday. Mixed response. Some people prefer the higher production value. Some people prefer the lower production value but more games. I'm going to do it like a little bit in the middle where some are, some aren't. But on the thumbnail for all of them, I'm going to put like a little camera icon so you'll know whether it's the high quality one or whether it's just a regular old game. So if you only like one or the other, you've got your choices. You can see based on the thumbnail. Anyway, moving on to the game. Chaos Lord seeing this obelisk. The obelisk is getting a fortified position being added onto him. Going to zap that Chaos Lord, doing a little bit of damage. He can take it on the chin. He's not too bothered by it. They will move around the other side, seeing if we can bash other things. Necron Warriors, seeing his movements, will see if they can cut him off before he gets round to the other side. We do have any cultists? Oh, cultists over here. Just carrying on capping bits and bobs. Chaos Lord not pushing all the way into the base. We'll just be firing at these warriors from a distance. Seeing two squads there. Won't want to tangle with one of those. If he tangles at one of them, the other squad will be able to fire at him, so a little bit too much for him to deal with. All these cultists will come up in support, hanging around in the heavy cover. Or maybe not, maybe they don't care much for the heavy cover, they'll just... they'll fall back, losing one model. Chaos Lord not quite committing to a offensive strategy at the moment, will run away as these cultists are almost wiped out. Will it even be a full squad wipe? They are slowed down by the heavy cover. And yeah, that is going to be full squad wipe. That is very unfortunate this early on in the game. Chaos Lord now deciding to engage in close combat. Will decide to slap these guys around. I do believe somebody in the comments from the previous Necron game a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week, I can't quite remember, did tell us that the Necron warriors and whatnot don't tend to get affected by the heavy cover. They're quite slow as they already are, and they don't get any heavy cover bonuses. They just plod on through, minding their own business. Necron Lord, there we go, Necron Lord's popped. He's going to go around here, see if he can chase away this Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord a bit outmanned and outgunned, will not want to stay there for much longer. We do have a Ghost Turret being popped up there. A little bit cheeky, trying to cut away the retreat path. Chaos Marines moving in support. Chaos Lord will join these guys. And Necron Lord deciding, nah mate, don't want to get involved in any of that business. Necron Warriors over here going to move around here and see if they can bash away out this listening post. Anything extra going on. Triple Plasma Generators. Going for tier 2 is this Chaos player. More Necron Warriors coming out. A third squad, should I say, coming out from the base. And we do have a disruption field going for the Warriors, so we will see them have a tint of green anytime soon. Cultist over here in a spot of bother, shall we say. Necron Lord, bit cornered, although he will probably have some jumping juice to get out of that bad situation. Warriors firing over the ridge at the Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord at half health now. Will want to fall back just a little bit. Necron Lord teleporting away, now going to bash this listening post. Got 70 and 91% for the Necron Warriors. on Necron forces. So 110 and 30 of the Chaos players. So 91%, that is a serious build time speed upgrade for the Necron player. So he will be able to get his buildings and researches and all that stuff up quite quickly. So Chaos player will want to at some point try and harass that. You do not want your opponent, well, your Necron opponent, to be able to get things up quite quickly. Their main weakness is that they are slow and that they require on just having a... Oh, dear, we've got a chronometon going on these Chaos Marines. It does reduce their movement speed by 40%. You don't normally see that upgrade going on a Necron Lord. That's what I quite like. I think this game was a MMR of 1,800. So you normally don't see that in the higher MMR games, but in these lower MMRs, you do get to see like a little bit of a different strategy. Necron Lord also going to go for a phase shift, keeping himself alive, increasing his health regen as he is surrounded by these listening posts, and going for the John Cena beam as well. So that's all three of his artifacts going up. I do believe that I saw a sacred artifact, forbidden archive over there. It's now been destroyed now that all three artifacts have been researched. Regaining a bit upon it, hold on, that's really difficult to say. Regaining a bit of money. Flayed ones teleporting around the back. Gonna focus down on these aspiring champions and the Chaos Lord. Going for their plasma guns from the Chaos Armory. And it doesn't look like... there we go, Machine Pit. Machine Pit being a bit delayed as they have built a Chaos Armory, although you do need those plasma guns and whatnot against the heavy armour of the Necron Warriors. They're now just pushing straight to the base. They've managed to take down the Relic and the strategic point over here, those listening posts, and especially with this tier 2 listening posts, it's serious economic damage being done. I mean, look, 86 when they were at 110 earlier on, so that's a good bit of blue money that they've lost over there. Chaos Rhino transport going down. Plasma Gen still quite safe and online at the moment. But yeah, this Necron player has gone to town. Is he building up anything on this? Yeah, he's going to take it to tier 2. Wonderful little economic build going on there. Chronomicon going down again, forcing these guys to retreat. We do have some heavy bolters going on these Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Rhino being used to wonderful effects to deny that Chronometon ability. These guys just jump in, move away. I do believe it's an AoE effect, is that Chronometron, so they've just got to get out of that area. And the Necrons, I love that. They've done what they need to do. They don't need to overcommit. They can now just teleport away and sit on their laurels a bit, building up a ghost turret near this slag deposit to deny any heretics moving in to build up any thermoplasma generates. Wonderful plays by these Necron players. Got some Defilers coming on, so potential right-click playing going on there. Chaos Rhino Transport, not wanting to sit back. We do know that these Necron Warriors aren't going to be pushing into Chaos Base for a little while. They are going to take a while to move back over to the other side of the map. So it's now time for these guys to fight and do what they can. Aspiring Champion doing his damage ability buff, if I can find the ability's name. It is... I don't know. Oh, hold on. It's Berserker Fury. There we go. Increasing their damage by 40%, reducing the amount of moral damage they take by 50%, but also increasing the damage that they take by 20%. Look at that. The book strikes again. We still use our book, because whoever can remember all these abilities, they're just godlike people to me. I don't know how they do it. Bill of Scale's been chased away by this obelisk. 92 and 40 to the 100% of the Necron build timer, so absolutely insane. We do have a heavy ghost turret being built up, although it doesn't look like it's going to survive for much longer. Necron Lord is going to come in, not cancelling that ghost turret upgrade, which is interesting, because that looks like it's going to go down sometime soon. But it's not firing. Why is it not firing? Oh, because of the phase shift. Ah, there we go. Phase shift around it. Ah, quite like that. Nice one. Chronometron going on in the Chaos Rhino, and the Chaos Rhino looks like it's been affected by it as well. 6 minutes until the Necrons win by a take and hold victory. Chaos managing to retake the Relic. Lots of booby bits going down this Necron Lord, firing away John Cena beam, preventing these guys from firing, although a Defiler around this side, almost taking out that Necron Lord, only 70-something health left. Will force these guys to move back. And these Chaos Marines on top of this ridge will be holding as best they can. Defiler moving back a little bit to avoid these Immortals. Any other things going on? Vehicle cap increase, so they can get more Defilers on the field. Heavy weapon increase as well. So going for quality rather than quantity, these guys. Chaos Marines firing away at those Immortals. Immortals are going to teleport away. And they are going to look at this critical location in the middle. Will need to decap it. Yeah, they just need to decap the one to prevent the countdown from continuing. Necrons going to focus on this thermoplasma generator. I mean, they have invested in this ghost turret, so may as well do it while they can. All goes a little bit quiet. A greater summoning core being built up. So potential destroyer players. I mean, they will need to get... I mean, with this amount of defilers, I would recommend some heavy destroyers potentially. The Chaos Marines don't have much in the way of anti-armor at the moment. And they've got a lot of things to deal with the Necron Warrior. Oh dear, that Chaos Rhino being blown up straight away, although a second Chaos Rhino is moving around the flanks to provide some retreating assistance. Necron Lord, smack bang in the middle, being brave. These Defilers doing a hell of a lot of long-range damage. John Cena beam coming down, taking them offline. Although one thing that I never understand is that people are quite shy about getting their Defilers nice, close and personal. But you've got to understand is that they've got a artillery cannon, they've got a flamer, they've got some auto cannons, and they've got claws. So like the closer they get involved, the more of their weapons become online. So they're actually quite lethal once you get them in close combat. And while these Immortals are away, perfect opportunity for them to get up and just absolutely wreck these dudes and dudettes. Chaos Lord getting close and smacking these guys around. Immortals now within range, going to fire around at these Defilers. Chaos Space Marines a little bit caught in an island of Necrodermis and fire. Helltalon, bloody hell, I don't know where you came from. But he's come from the left-hand side, so he must have done something. Throwing those Chaos Spins of badness at the Immortals. Immortals are being tied up by this Chaos Lord. And it is a full-blown fist fight in the middle. Everyone close personal. Necron Warriors teleporting away. Necron Lord having teleported away earlier on. Chaos Space Marines over here going to be upgraded with quadruple heavy bottler weapons, firing away at this thermoplasma generator. Helltalon leading the charge. Going to focus, or attempt to focus down on this ghost turret while the Chaos Lord is tanking the damage. Necron Lord jumping in and using his phase shifter to keep this ghost turret alive. These other warriors and immortals are going to move around to see if they can come into support. John Cena coming in, lovely delaying of tactics by this Necron player here, making sure that no one can fire this ghost turret for as long as humanly possible. Ghost turret looks like it might even take out the Helltalon, but the Helltalon does narrowly survive with a sliver of health. Chaos Space Marines standing around in the heavy cover. Lots and lots of heavy bolter fire raining down upon these Necron warriors, breaking their morale, preventing them from doing much in the way of rebuilding. They will now jump in the Chaos Rhino and fall back. Immortals managing to take down one Defiler by looks of things, maybe even a second one. Although the Chaos Marines will turn around and send these Immortals back packing. One teleports away, and a bit of a delayed reaction, but the other ones teleport back in suit. Looks like the thermoplasma generator over here has been destroyed. Anything going on in the base? Any tears or whatnot? We've got a Demon Pit going on. So Possessed Marines, excellent stuff. So Possessed Marines will just absolutely wreck anything that they come in contact with. Tomb Spider, wonderful choice as well. After all, Monolith can only build one unit at a time. Tomb Spider, excellent for getting these guys back online quicker just by picking up the dead and dying. Wraiths moving in. Be ideal for getting close and personal, using their phase shift to get close without taking too much damage, while also tying them up, preventing them from using the surprisingly large amount of heavy bolter turrets that they've got going on. Yeah, they're looking for quadruple heavy bolters on all their dudes, which will quickly wipe out anything that comes within close contact. Necron Lord will have to use his abilities sparingly, although with this Chaos Rhino transport, doesn't matter where he uses it, it's all AoE effects. Once he pops those effects, the Chaos Rhino just had to move his boys away. Possessed Squad not wanting to mess with any of these guys, going to move straight into the base, and these guys will be able to wreck through anything and everything within the base. Yeah, I do like this Chaos player, just using his Rhino and Marines to pick off any stragglers around away from the main force of the army. Although this is quite a sizable amount of Necrons moving in to the base, they do see this Demon Pit. Population is full, so these Obliterators will need some... Oh, there we go, we've got a squad cap increase, but will this Demon Pit be able to survive for long enough for the squad cap increase to go in? Might even suggest just killing some of your own Chaos Marines at this point. These Obliterators would be ideal. Do manage to cancel them though instead, anticipating that they'd lose the Demon Circle. That is very unfortunate for the Chaos player, that would have been a wonderful unit to add to the unit composition. Necrons moving into the Chaos base. Chaos moving into the Necron... Oh, no, never mind. They got summoned, and they have now been teleported into the Necron base. That is a wonderful thing for the Chaos player. Anything and everything that they've got to bring to bear, they'll be able to counter everything, including this Necron Lord. Although maybe not so much in close combat. Dark Flayed Ones trying to take on these Possessed Marines. Possessed Marines not really focusing on them. They're just going to go for the Plasma Generators. Chaos Rhino Transport dropping off all these Chaos Marines. It's all about who can bring out the most DPS to bear. But we do have some Defilers in the Chaos base, which will send these Warriors packing. Yeah, 1v1. It does look like that, well, tit for tat, should I say, pound for pound. Does look like the Chaos player has got the advantage in the base trading. We do have double destroyers on the field, and my goodness, all the plasma generators for the Necron player has more or less gone down. So unless the Necron player teleports back home to push these guys back, or these heavy destroyers, or not heavy destroyers, so just regular destroyers, do something. Not sure what else they can really do. Obliterator squad, slowly but surely dying. They are being focused down by these destroyers. Does look like they will get full squad wipe. They're not being reinforced, and they have been taken down. Looks like the Chaos player is now going to retreat. This is too many destroyers for them to deal with. And yeah, it does look like that, all in all, the Chaos player did massively come out on top in that engagement. They've still got their Defilers online. They've still got all their, well, 1, 2, 3 listening posts. Or 4, should I say. Yeah, we've got 12 economy and 100% build speed against 115 and 66. Yeah, so Chaos player definitely has a major advantage at the moment. So the Necro player will have to use what he has available to him, which isn't nothing to be sniffed at. I mean, double destroyers and Tomb Spiders. I mean, Tomb Spiders can rebuild things for free, so long as they can keep this Tomb Spider online. And the Necron Warriors, they do reinforce... Oh, mind you, it's 35 green money for them, so... But imagine they could just... There's loads of dead Necrons, so long as they keep the Tomb Spider alive, it's not the end of the world for them. But that is a lot of Defilers. That is a lot of Defilers. What are they building up there? Slowly but surely building back up their plasma generators. Not building anything in the base as of yet. Necrons are keeping up the pressure with their destroyers, trying to focus down the infantry as much as they can. Defilers, not brilliant against vehicles at a distance. More anti-vehicle in close combat. We do have Hell Talent. Now this will ruin the... I mean, just look at how quickly those Chaos Dustbins do to these destroyers. We'll have to keep that Tomb Spider nice and protected as well. We do have some attack scabs. They are aircraft, so they will be able to do a significant amount of damage to the Hell Talent. Although the problem with these attack scabs is that they can only attack air stuff. It's not like a Dark Crusade or the other games where they're on the floor, which is a real shame because, I mean, having a melee flying unit is not, you know, it's just a bit shit, really, isn't it? Not the best design choice. I will say that it's probably my least favourite game design choice between Soulstorm and Dark Crusade. Although I know that many people have a lot more problems than that. I would say that's my main bugbear, so to speak. Tomb Spider still going away with the rebuilding of the Necron tier forces. Builder Scabs looking like they're going to try and repair it. Obliterators, Hell Talons, Chaos Marines with upgrading themselves to plasma guns now. Demon Pit. Not sure what happened to the Possessed Marines. I assume that they died as well at some point in that base trade. Do have a second... Oh dear, a second plasma generator. Yeah, this is not going to go well for the Necron player unless he can get more guys being rebuilt. Yeah, it might just be too much damage done to the base for him to even be able to come back. I mean, if it's taken him this long, I mean, how much is a plasma gen? How much does a plasma gen cost? It's like what, like 190 something? I don't know, but it's certainly taking him a while to build up the energy required to get him in. Does look like we've got some flayed ones in here. Do have an engagement going on. Doom Spider caught out by these by this Rhino transport, along with all the other Chaos Marines. More Necron Warriors being built up. John Cena beam goes down, preventing the Space Marines from firing. Chaos Rhino stuck on the between the cover and the Necrons. Obliterate's teleporting in there. And with the Hell Talon firing at these destroyers will have to see if they can keep their distance, although the Build Scavs are trying to keep them alive. Hell Talon being taken down by the Immortals. Very good defense from the Necrons. Flayed Ones lagging around a bit. Destroyers still firing into the Obliterator squad. Necron Lord trying to occupy these guys in close combat. Necron Warriors keeping these Chaos Marines at bay. Defilers a little bit far. Immortals are keeping them away from the main fight. Heretic very low on health, trying to keep those Defilers healthy and engaged. Tomb Spider swiping away at these Marines. And only 3 Obliterators, so they are on auto-replenish there. Destroyers looking to see if they can cut down these Chaos Marines while the Tomb Spider is rebuilding the forces of the Necron player. Got Demon... oh dear, yeah, that's not a brilliant situation. Chaos Lord, I do believe it was a Chaos Lord. Yeah, he has converted himself into a Demon Prince, ascended from the Eye of Terror, will now just go around and slap anything and everything they can. Necron Lord looks like he's about to go down. He has been sliced away, or should I say exploded by the Defilers. Demon Prince not bothering with the main engagement, just going to wander into the base and tank spank anything that comes into close contact. These destroyers looking on in disbelief. Their circuits not being able to compute what's going on. Demon Prince just instantly looking at this monolith and thinking, nah mate, we don't want it. Well, we will see these plasma gens that, maybe they are the better target. Assisted by the Horror Squad, it will make quick, short work of these plasma generators and any of the Builder Scavs that come anywhere near them. Defilers being rebuilt by the Heretic, also firing away at a distance at these Immortals. Immortals are just going to take some pot shots at this Tier 2 listening post. Demon Prince already destroying the plasma generators. Obelisk going the way of the dinosaur from this Obliterator and Hell Talon squad. Summoning Core being cut down by the ruinous powers of the Demon Prince's blade. Hecky flip, that was a very exciting game, I must say. I'll be honest, I certainly think it's a chaos game, this one. I don't think the Necron player is going to get back into this. But I mean, both players absolutely phenomenal all the way through this game. Love these kinds of back and forths where you don't know what's going on. And if the Chaos player didn't do nearly as much economic damage in that base trade, I reckon with that Tomb Spider online, they would have been able to pull it back and maybe made it a little bit of a closer game towards the end. But yeah, anyway, very exciting. Love that game. Anyway, mine has been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.